we are gathered here today to uh, shed some light on and discuss two articles that were recently published by PFF rather. The first of which is titled Fantasy Football: What Happens the Season After a Running Back Gets 400 touches, rather, not 700 touches. That'd be a lot of work for a running back. Because we always hear this narrative saying, hey, if a running back reaches the big 400, they're doomed. They are doomed and will never return. And as Ian Hartitz points out here in this article, that's not necessarily the case. So let's just go through some takeaways from this. The first takeaway: since 2006, only 5 of the 19 running backs who had 400 touches in the season failed to play 14 games the following year. And of these running backs, they averaged 353 and a half touches the following year, which is a very large number. Durability was generally not a concern. These running backs were actually, on average, the RB8, which is pretty elite if you ask me, and efficiency was the only thing that was statistically impacted by a season like this, where 13 of the 19 running backs in the study averaged fewer yards per carry the following year, and 14 of the 19 averaged a fewer yards per out run. Quick side note here: Rashard Mendenhall was historically inefficient when he got his touches, so that's irrelevant, but we say it anyways. Takeaways from this article: Joe Mixon, Najee Harris, and Jonathan Taylor all passed the criteria that was laid out by Ian Hartitz. Go read the article, obviously, but there was criteria that was established, and these guys are young enough, and they check all the boxes that they shouldn't be impacted by this workload that they were given last year, even though they were fed last year. So take them, and don't worry about it. Do not proceed with caution because there is no caution, is what I was trying to say, but I couldn't think of it. Moving on to the next article, we have Do NFL Running Backs Regress? Fact or Fiction? Well, this article was actually written by Ted Smith, and I'll go read it once again. I'll put these both in the description, but I went through and I got some takeaways here. So I write: running backs drop off after their rookie contract? Question mark. And that was actually true. It was proven in the study that after their rookie contract, running backs fall off a cliff in general, as a whole, as a conglomerate. I don't know if that makes sense in this context, but yeah, running backs hit the plateau after year 7, and running backs are past their prime after age 27. So those are all significant indicators. Another one is 1,500 carries going into a season means a drop off is coming, especially if you have over 1,500 carries going into a season. So those are kind of all the thresholds that we are looking for when we are trying to predict who's going to fall off and who's not. And lastly, from this article, it was proven that a heavy college workload has no correlation with NFL breaking down. So for all the guys that say, hey, Jonathan Taylor can carry a load in college, he can carry in the pros, they're right. The guys that say, hey, Jonathan Taylor carrying a load in college means that he's going to be broken down in the NFL, they're probably wrong. So there's that. And my last note was, please look up Jamal Charles' stats. He was just very good at football. So yeah, have a good day.